Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha Teacher. Children, we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, isn't it? Because of that, we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean that we are going to stop learning. We are going to meet here regularly through the virtual training center to learn many lessons in EVS. So come on, let's go to a lesson in EVS. So children, we were talking about a lesson in standard 4th EVS 2 last time. And remember what all we talked about in that particular lesson? We were doing lesson number 3 and we talked about the various Maratha Sardars. And we learnt that the most famous of all the Maratha Sardars were the Bhosles. And then we talked about the various Bhosles, that is Maloji Raje Bhosle and his two sons. Okay, and then we also talked about Shahaji Raje Bhosle and his brother, and how Shahaji Raje Bhosle went and joined Adil Shah's army. Okay, and we learned that he was actually working for Nizam Shah, then he went and joined Adil Shah, and later when the Mughal emperor marched upon the Nizam Shahi, the Nizam Shah's mother requested Shahaji Raje to come back and join Nizam Shah again, and he did that. Alright, so now we will move with the history further. We will learn it like a story, and we will learn about Shivaji Maharaj. We will start learning about Shivaji Maharaj from this lesson onwards. Why? Because Shivaji Maharaj was Shahaji Raje's son. So in this lesson, which we are going to begin talking about the lives and times of Shivaji Maharaj, let us learn about Shivaji Maharaj's childhood. So we will learn about his birth, we will learn about how he spent his initial period of his life, okay, how he spent his childhood. We will also talk about who were the people who influenced him as soon as he was growing and when he was developing. And you know children, when you are small, and now especially when you are in the 4th standard, 5th standard, the ideas that you learn now remain with you for your life. Okay, so let us learn how Shivaji Maharaj's personality developed and why he became such a brave, such a fearless and such a courageous person. So who was the person who had the most influence on his life? So we will see all that in this particular lesson today. We will also talk about how Shivaji Maharaj spent his time as a child and how were the friends that he had. Okay, how was his life? Was it peaceful or was it a little difficult? All those things we are going to learn about in this lesson today. And here on the screen for you, you can see the picture of the person who influenced his life the most, and that is his mother. Okay, so come on, let us start learning about Shivaji Maharaj's life, his birth and his childhood. So this place, children, as soon as you open your textbook, now whenever you are doing a lesson together here, I always will request you to please open your textbook so that we can know where we are. See, we are not face to face with each other, isn't it? But if we have a textbook between us, we know that where we are proceeding and to which point we have reached. So we are now talking about lesson number 4, Shivaji's childhood. It is on page number 12 of your EVS 2 textbooks. So if you have your textbooks, kindly open it and come to page number 12. So this place that you can see here, this picture that you can see here on the screen, is the place where Shivaji Maharaj was born. And this is the fort of Shivneri. Okay, now Shivaji Maharaj's mother was sent here by Shivaji Maharaj's father. Why? Because no other place would have been as safe as this place, that is the fort of Shivneri. Now when we see the story, when we hear the story, we will understand why Shivaji Maharaj's mother had to come here to the fort of Shivneri. Alright, but this was a place where Shivaji Maharaj was born. Now see, this is an actual picture in recent times. So if you have gone to Shivneri fort recently, you will see that it looks like this. So this is the fort of Shivneri. Okay, now let us talk about the birth of this very famous king of Maharashtra, that is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So before going and talking about the birth, let us see a story a little bit in the past. Okay, so now we all know that Shivaji Maharaj was born with a lot of pomp and fare, and there was a lot of celebration also around his birth. But look at the story behind it. So Shah Jahan from the north, he had dispatched a big army to conquer the Deccan. We already know this, that Shah Jahan, or the Mughal emperor, he had sent an army to conquer the Nizam Shah. And that is why Shahaji Raje from Adil Shah's court, he moved back to Nizam Shah's court to help the Nizam Shah. So Shah Jahan, who was a Mughal emperor, he came from the north and he dispatched a big army. Okay, now he wanted the whole of Deccan, that is, he wanted all these people, the Adil Shah, the Nizam Shah, and everyone else to come under his rule. Now at that time, Pune and Supe, you have learnt in the previous lesson, isn't it? Pune and Supe were the towns or the places where Shahaji Raje had his Jagir. So see, this is the place of Pune and Supe, or he sent his people here to the Deccan region. Okay, and then you will see that, see, this is Pune and this is Supe. And which was this place? This was the place which was ruled by, or it was the Jagir of Shahaji Raje. So Pune was the principal town of Shahaji Raje. It was burnt to the ground by Adil Shah of Bijapur. Now Adil Shah was very angry. Why? Because Adil Shah had conferred a lot of, you can say, respect on Shahaji Raje. He had called him Sar Lashkar, that is, he had called him the chief of the army. But even then Shahaji Raje had left him and went and joined the Nizam Shah. That is why this person Adil Shah was very, very angry. And what did he do? He burnt the entire place of Pune, which was actually the Jagir of Shahaji Raje. Now when your kingdom gets burnt, children, what happens? You land in a lot of trouble. So Shahaji Raje also was in real trouble now, and he was constantly on the run. Constantly on the run means he was constantly moving from one place to another in order to save himself. Okay, now a man can run around like this, but at the same time, Jijabai, she was pregnant. That means she had a baby in her stomach. And now when a woman has a baby in her stomach, she becomes little, you can say, delicate. Okay, so now Shahaji Raje was worried. She was concerned about Jijabai, and he used to keep wondering, where could she remain in safety, where could she remain in peace, so that the baby also will be safe and the baby also will be peaceful. So Shahaji Raje was continuously thinking about this, but he himself was continuously hiding from one place to another. He was moving around. Then he remembered that there was this place called as the Shivneri Fort. Okay, now the Shivneri Fort was a very, very strong fort, very close to Pune, in a place called as Junnar. Now the Shivneri Fort, see, these are the pictures of Shivneri Fort. Can you see? We saw some of the pictures previously also. Now this fort, Shivneri Fort, it had steep cliffs on all the four sides. Can you see? It was almost like on top of a mountain. And the cliffs, that is a place from where you climb the mountain, it was very steep. Means it was very, very difficult to climb and reach the fort. And also it had very, very strong fortifications. Now see, these are all broken now. Okay, the government is trying to restore it. But these were the walls which were at that time very strong. Like they were so strong that you could not break into these walls. So the fort had very strong fortifications, and also it had huge, massive doors. So once you closed the doors, then the fort was very, very safe. Okay, so because of all this reason, Shahaji Raje thought that I should send my wife Jijabai here. so she can be peaceful and she can give birth to a child in a safe place. And who was this child who was going to be born? Yes, it was none other than Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, so thinking about all this, Shahaji Raje, what he did was, he sent Jijabai here to this fort of Shivneri. So this is the story behind how Shivaji Maharaj was born on Shivneri fort, and then on the auspicious day of Falgun Vadya Tritiya in the year 1551 of the Shaka era, that is on the 19th of February 1630 according to the Gregorian or the English calendar, to the sound of pipes and drums playing in the Nagar Khana, Jijabai gave birth to a son. Okay, so you can see the child there, the small baby there in the cradle. So that was the great king, our favorite king, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Okay, so it is on the 19th of February 1630 that Shivaji Maharaj was born on Shivneri fort in Junnar near Pune. Okay, so you can see there were lots of celebrations. The people were very, very happy. And this picture you can see how people are carrying gifts and they're carrying blessings for the future leader of the Marathas. Okay, so Jijabai was left there. Shahaji Maharaj left Jijabai there and he went on to march against the Mughals. So he continued with his work of marching and fighting against the Mughals. Okay, now all the residents, the people who were living on the fort, they were very, very happy. They were overjoyed, okay, because such a great person was born there on that particular fort. And on the 12th day, with an appropriate ceremony, the child was named Shivaji. Why he was named Shivaji? Because he was born on Shivneri fort. So you have the ceremony, the naming ceremony called as Barsa. Okay, we Marathis or we Maharashtrians, we have a Barsa where we name the child officially. So same way, Shivaji Maharaj was named as Shivaji because he was born on the Shivneri fort. So this was about the birth of Shivaji Maharaj. Now we will move on and we will look at how Shivaji Maharaj spent his childhood. So let us see. So Shivaji passed the first 6 years of his life in highly unsettled conditions. Unsettled conditions means his father was constantly at war with the Mughals. He was hiding and he was on the run. Okay, so these two people, that is Shivaji Maharaj and his mother Jijabai, they were left to fend for themselves. And they were also in constant danger. So Shivaji Maharaj's initial years, that is the first 6 years of his life, they were very, very unsettled. Okay, they were very uncertain. We could not know what will happen the next day. There was no security. But even then, Jijabai, she did not neglect his education at all. That is, she saw to it that he is given good training, good knowledge about all the things possible. So she used to sit and teach him about religion, she used to teach him language, she used to teach him a little bit about science. So whatever happened, Jijabai never neglected his education. Every evening what she would do, she would light the household lamps and then she would call Shivaji to her. So these were the olden times, children. There was no electricity. You could not switch on a button and switch on all the lights. So people had to light the lamps. So she would light all the lamps in the evening and then she would call Shivaji to her and she would sit and she would give him knowledge about life, about war, about bravery, etc. So let us see what all things she would learn from his mother. So she would shower all her affection on him. She would give him a lot of love. And at the same time, she would tell him stories of Rama and Krishna, and also stories about brave people like Bhim from Mahabharata, like Abhimanyu from Mahabharata. So she would sit and keep on telling him all these stories. So stories of Rama and Krishna was about virtue, was about sense of duty, whereas stories of Bhim and stories of Abhimanyu would teach Shivaji Maharaj about bravery, okay, about being fearless. So she would shower all her love and affection on him. She would see to it that he would never miss his father, Shahaji Raje. Okay, and on other occasions, what she would do is she would recite to him the devotional songs of Namdev, Jnaneshwar, Eknath, etc. So we have Namdev there, Jnaneshwar, and we have Sant Eknath. Now we have also studied about all these people, isn't it, in the previous lessons? In lesson number 2, when we talked about work of saints, we also have studied about the work of Jnandev, Jnaneshwar, Sant Eknath, etc. So all this knowledge was also given to Shivaji Maharaj by his mother Jijabai, and you will see that Shivaji Maharaj liked to listen to the exploits of brave men. Exploits means stories, to the incidents which happened in the life of brave men like Arjuna, like Abhimanyu, etc. Shivaji felt that on growing up, he should also display valor like them. So after seeing and hearing all these stories, he felt that when I grow up, I will also become very strong. I will also become very brave. I will become very fearless. I will not fear anyone. I will not fear the Mughals. Okay, so all these qualities developed in Shivaji Maharaj right from his childhood. And now you can see who was the person who had a great influence on his life. Yes, it was his mother, Jijabai, because his father was hardly around. He was looking after the affairs of the state. So you can see here a conversation happening between Jijabai and Shivaji Maharaj, where Shivaji Maharaj is listening very intently to what his mother is saying. And what is she saying? She's saying, and Lord Krishna told Arjuna, even death in the cause of one's duty should be dear to a hero's heart. And then you can see Shivaji Maharaj is asking his mother, Mother, what is my duty? Okay, so these were the kind of teachings that Jijabai gave Shivaji Maharaj. So that is why Shivaji Maharaj felt that on growing up, he also should display lots of valor. Now, Jijabai used to also tell him stories of many pious persons and saints, like we saw. She used to tell him stories about Namdev, Jnaneshwar, etc. And because of all that, it instilled in him a great respect and honor for all the saints and all the great men, and also their religious teachings. So whatever they taught, whatever they were preaching, all these things also became very, very important for Shivaji Maharaj. And all this was because of whom? Yes, it was because of his mother, Jijabai. Okay, so you will see that Shivaji Maharaj also had a lot of friends like you have, but most of his friends were children from poor families, people who lived in the fort, people who lived around the fort. Okay, they were all poor families. These children from those families, they used to come and play with Shivaji Maharaj. And Shivaji Maharaj never thought or felt that I am the son of a Jagirdar, so I am superior and you all are inferior and I will not play with you. So there was no feeling of that kind in the mind of Shivaji Maharaj. Later on also, when we see the story of Shivaji Maharaj's life, we will see that he never ever had any kind of distinction between the rich and the poor, or even for people from different religions. He treated everyone equally. So this started right from his childhood, when most of the friends that Shivaji Maharaj had came from very, very poor families. Okay, sometimes he used to also visit them. He used to go to their huts. They used to live in these small jhopadas or these huts. So he used to go to their huts, and there he used to also eat with them. And they used to eat very simple things, children, very basic things, things which were not expensive, like they used to eat bhakris made up of jawar or bajra, and they used to eat it with onions and green chilies. Shivaji Maharaj used to also enjoy the meal. He used to love eating a meal of onion and bhakri and green chilies, and he used to always relish it. Relish it means he used to eat it with a lot of joy and happiness. Okay, so this is how Shivaji Maharaj personality developed slowly and slowly. Now these children, like other children, they used to play a lot of games. Now the games that you children play today are very different from the games that these children used to play in the ancient times. Now today what type of games do you play? You play games on the computer, okay, and then you play games like cricket, you play games like basketball, football, etc. But those times these children, they did not have any ready-made games to play, so they used to invent interesting games in order to pass their time. And where would they play? Most of them, they would play in the forest, okay, because these children, they were like birds of the forest. Most of these forts, they would be on the top of hills, top of mountains, in the forest. So these children were well versed with the forest, and now they would, imitate the sounds of animals and birds. So these sounds they would use later when they would be at war to communicate with each other. So they started learning how to imitate the sound of the cuckoo or parrots or tiger. So if a Mavla child roared like a tiger, you would not be able to find out, you will not be able to differentiate whether it is a real tiger or whether it is a child. So this is how they became very active, and they learned so many different things. And then what was their favorite pastime? They used to build forts of earth, and they used to also make earthen elephants, horses. That is, they used to make small statues using mud, using earth. So because of all this, children, you will see that Shivaji Maharaj became very famous, and he became very popular with all these children because he would join them in all these games. Okay, so whenever they would call him to play a game, he would join them in playing all these different games. So this was about the first half of this lesson, children. This is a little long lesson. We will not be able to complete it today. So in today's part of the lesson, we talked about how Jijabai had to move on to Shivneri Fort and how Shivaji Maharaj was born there, and we also talked about the various influences that Shivaji Maharaj's mother Jijabai had on his life, and we also talked about how Shivaji Maharaj as a child spent time with his friends and what all activities and games they played. Now when we do the second part of the lesson, we will be talking again about Shahaji Maharaj and Shahaji Raje, and how he again left, he moved towards the Mughals. Okay, he took the side of the Mughals, and what was the reason that he took the side of the Mughals. Then we will also talk about how he came back and found a new Nizam Shahi, and then finally we will talk about how Jijabai and Shivaji moved on to Karnataka, where their life became a little bit more peaceful. But that will be in the next video. So that is all here. Now children, after you finish watching this video, I have a few small tasks for you. So come on, let me tell you what those tasks are. So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson, and you will try and answer these questions, and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.